Welcome to the FMF
Yeah, man.
show, FMF Meets, where we normally meet artists, actors from the gospel industry. Today, we have an artist, an MC, a driller, a grimer. I'll let him introduce himself. Who do we have today on the FMF Meet?
Yo, it's your boy 678 Nave. You already know the vibe. We locked in right now with FMF. You already know how to do it, man. Let's go.
Good. So yeah, today we have 678 Nath. You know what? I've been waiting for this link up for a very long time. Bro, what's going on? Like, I've been chasing you for a long time.
Nah, bro, you know what it is, yeah? It's like, I'm so bad. You know, I'm not like cause I got the messages in it because you text me and stuff. But bro,
Yeah.
I'm so bad with text messages. I'm the kind of person that you'll text me, just pick up and call me, bro, and I'll just call you back. I might take a day or two, but I'll always call you back. So I remember you hit me up, I saw it, and in my head I responded to you, but then I didn't. It just, you know, in real life I didn't. So, but we're here now. You get me?
Yeah, finally here, which is a good thing.
So
So I'm sure some of our listeners and followers, they don't know about who is 678 Nath. So you're gonna give us a little bio of who you are, introduce yourself, and then how you came about doing this music gospel thing.
Okay, so again, I'd say 678 Nath is a character to some extent. Obviously, my real name is Nathan. I'm a 24-year-old that got saved when I was 16, and I fell in love with God, and I had an encounter when I came and visited church, and I got born again. And I've just always had a passion with music, and it was something that I always done before I got born again. But I always just found Christian music corny. Like I personally couldn't relate to it. So I kind of embarked on this journey of experimenting to try and figure out what Christian music could be like. And I would say God took me through a process because obviously He saw my heart. I was genuinely hungry. I was passionate about music, and He just took me through a process of about 6 years. And then He gave me the go-ahead last year to tap in and start releasing. So here we are, a year and a half into the journey. It's been good.
That's dope. So Nathan, you're based in London, right?
Yeah, I'm London baby, but I'm Kent bound. So I'm in the sticks, literally.
Okay. So you basically grew up in London. You're a London artist.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this. But why the choice of drill or grime music? Because we all know that this sound is really associated to violence. It's like mainly mixed with violence. So why did you choose to do drill or grime gospel? Don't you think that people will think you're not really doing gospel, you don't push in the message of God? But how did you come about doing the drill?
I'll be real. I think I kind of during lockdown, because my process of getting back into music started during lockdown, and I came upon a song that I came upon a beat that I wrote some lyrics to, and I just put it out on Instagram, and it went off, and people just going crazy and and whatnot. And I think the reason I would say I stuck or took to drill, or say the drill genre, is because that was what was in, that was what was popular, that was what the young people, myself and everyone else wanted to hear. I mean, we talk about, you know, being violent and all of these things, but the reality is we're called to be a light, right? So how can I go and be a light in a world that's full of darkness and I have no light with me? It doesn't work. So when people are listening to drill, yes, it's gospel drill, they know what they're getting. They know that we're going to be talking about the kingdom of God. We're going to be talking about things to do with righteousness, things to do with Jesus or God or whatever it is. And I think for me, I didn't think about it too deeply. It was just something that I fell upon. Obviously, you have the likes of Canolas, Elijah, Ozil O, and all these other guys, Rev J, who, you know, there was thought. There's a thinking process that goes into it, and they're really good at what they do. But for me, I just stumbled upon it, and it was an avenue for me to reach my world and reach people who I couldn't speak to, who wouldn't understand the church lingo. But we hear the drill beat and it sounds aggressive, and they listen to it and they're expecting me to be talking about chinging this guy and chinging that guy, and they're hearing Jesus this and blood that. They're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And it opens and makes room for conversation, and that's what it's all about. It's all about opening room for conversations. Even when you look at Jesus, when he was walking by the seashore and the disciples were on the boat, them not being able to fish opened room for conversation for him to say, no, don't throw it on that side, throw it on the other side. So I think that's, for me anyway, I think that's what it does. It opens up room and space to have conversations, and it makes them inquisitive to what is we're doing. And I'll say that's why, yeah, I've kind of stuck with it, or just kept on it, really.
Okay. So, but what's your story? How did you meet God?
So one of my brethren went to jail he got like 3 years. I grew up in care from the age of 13 till about 20 or 18, and he came out of prison, and we met up after he came out, and we went to the O2 Arena. And at that time, the church that I'm currently planted at is we were based in the cinema in the O2 Arena, so we had like the VIP suite, like a big auditorium there. And obviously me and my friend went there, and we just, being young, we just snuck into the cinema, just trying to watch a free film. And then on our way out, all we saw was commotion and, you know, all this stuff on the left-hand side. And we thought it was like a big movie premiere. So we're like, okay, let's wander in and see what's going on. So as we're wandering in, nobody's stopping us, asking us for tickets. So we're just like, cool, like, yes, you know, yeah, guys, we're special people, VIP. They're welcoming. Little did I know, we ended up in a trap. Like, the Lord was calling us into a trap. And we walked in there, and it turns out to be a church. Obviously, at prison, he was eager to get it. He's like, bro, I don't have to, I'll go to church another day. So he's like, let's go. So I missed the altar call, like the salvation call. That. And as we were walking out, sorry, cool. So yeah, so as we were walking out, obviously AD, as I said, walked up to us with their newborn baby, and yeah, he just said he was led by the Holy Spirit to come and speak to us. And I just took to him straight away. To be fair, he mentioned food. He was just like, look, you know, if you guys want to get some food sometime. I was like, yeah, bro, I'll eat some food for free. And then yeah, I met him the week after, came to church, and then just pastor said an altar call, and I just felt the Spirit on my heart, and yeah, I just went to the front and just never looked back. And yeah, we are what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We're 8 years down the line, and here we are.
Dope. But yeah,
I wish I could tell you like a super story and say to you how I was sleeping and I just saw the light and the angels and all of that, but there's nothing like that, unfortunately.
You know what? Everyone has his story. Your is nice. I'm rolling with it. It's a nice one. Still.
Good.
So, you know what? I was on YouTube, and then your video came up. I think the title was, I don't know, but God is. You know that one?
God's will. I don't know, but God will.
Yeah, God will. And I pressed play, and I was listening to the lyrics, the delivery, and I was like, whoa, that is dope. That is.
My love.
The energy is crazy. Like you said, one of your lyrics say the energy is like skept, something like that. I don't know.
What I say? People but I know about me. The man just come like skept for the energy. But they talking crazy.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, so who is this guy? Who is this guy? So how did it come up with the name 6, 7, 8, where that name comes from.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the truth, and then I'm gonna tell you what it's become. So I think the truth is, obviously I have a rugby playing background, and I played at a decent level in rugby. I played for a professional club. I wasn't signed full time, but I was in the academy and whatnot. So my name was 678. So 678 is positions rugby. So 6 is blindside flanker, 7 is the open side flanker, 8 is the number 8. So I was like, in the rugby world or in any sports world, you know, like say Ronaldo 7, say he thinks Cristiano 7 or Messi 10 and all of this stuff. So it was kind of like that, but I'm at a point where it's kind of evolved. So 678 means something completely different now, in the sense of 6 is me as a drill artist. That whenever you hear anything drill, that's 6. That's the characteristics. It's 6 on the shady thing. That wasn't really 6, but on God's will that was 6. On Rocky, that's 6. On anything that's drill, that's 6. That's me going into my drill bag. Nath is me expressing myself and being myself as who I am, and that's more deeper. That's more self-conscious. That's more being intentional with what I'm speaking about. That's me and my rapping element, where I'm speaking and rapping music you can hear, and it tugs to your heart, and it makes you think and introspect and think deeper. And 7 and 8 is just me experimenting. I might do a track. I might do a song with, I don't know, Becca Folks. I'm only saying Becca Folks because she's the one that comes to my head. I'm not insinuating anything, but Becca, if you see this, let me know.
Holla.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know. And then or I might do something, I don't know, flipping Sinach or whoever. So it's 6, 7, 8 Nath it's different areas of my artistry. So you never really know what you're gonna get from me. You only know depending on what you hear. If you hear Nath, then you know it was Nath. If you hear rap, you know it was Nath. If you hear 6, you know it was drill. And anything in between that, you don't really know what you can get. So yeah.
So there you go, people. You know where that 6, 7, 8 Nath is coming from. All right, dope. So me, I want to know, how do you feel about the whole gospel industry at the moment, like specifically with the drill gospel scene? How do you feel about it? Do you think this is something that can be a major weapon in the kingdom, as you guys gonna change the whole perception of people seeing Christian? Do you think the gospel drill is gonna have a huge impact in the kingdom, like musically?
I think in regards to the kingdom, 100%, because I think it's more relatable for people. Like as I said, when I got born again, the only artist I listened to is Governor B, and Governor's a really dope artist, but he's from the grime era. He's on the same, you know, kind of flexes, you know, the likes of Triple O, Rebla. They're older heads and they grew up in the grime era, whereas I grew up in the gigs era. I don't know if you know about Tiny Boost, all those guys. That's the era I grew up in. So I never had anyone that I could really connect to in regards to their music and their sonics, because I just felt like it was too corny. And it doesn't mean their music is terrible. It just means it didn't connect with me. But when you look at drill now, you have a lot of the younger generation, or they're not growing up on R&B or grime. They're growing up on rap and drill. So when we now bring that twist of gospel, put the message of the kingdom into drill, then they're able to listen to that and keep that in. Whether people agree with it or not is an entire completely different conversation. And I also feel like it's still such a young genre within our community that there has to be a level of grace, because as artists, you're experimenting, you're trying, you might say one thing in this song, the next song, you know, you introspected and you get convicted and you're like, okay, the next song I'm not going to do that. So you're always evolving. That's the whole point. So I think the longevity of it is there. At some point, will it die out? Yeah, potentially, but then all that means then is it will evolve. and you can't deny good music. You know, you can't deny good music, and I think the industry in regards to the rap and the CHH community as a whole, it's still very young. It's still very young. I mean, there's probably about collectively 200 people in the UK that you could name. So whether that's artists, whatever, there's, you know, it's still a small collective. I think as time goes on, like you can see with the Afro Gospel, with the Limo Blazes, with the Anatorias, they're in a completely different part of the game, and that part of the lane is it's not blown, but it's defo mid-tier and higher than where we are. Whereas we've only got the likes of, say, DTFK, you've got Aasri that's on the pickup and stuff. So I think as time goes on, it will evolve. But for where we're at now, yeah, I mean, it's only positive things I could really say, if I'm honest.
How's the connection in that collective? Do you guys have a group, a Facebook group, a WhatsApp group, an event where you go to perform, to promote yourself? Do you guys support yourself? How is it going as a collective? How is it moving, evolving?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pioneers. There's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. Like you have the likes of Align Vision, obviously Matthew Darte, also known as Elijah Tishbite, who obviously is doing the Align Vision stuff and, you know, mixing culture with Christianity. Who does a lot of my production, doing a lot of production of a lot of the other artists in the industry and whatnot. So you have those guys who are really pushing the envelope and trying to push the quality, trying to push the standard that we have for ourselves as artists. Also, you have Ecclesia with Maniade, and he's also the person who started the CHH collective, where there's a group chat where he adds all of the artists and whatnot and tries to get everyone to support and push. And obviously BTFK, I think, you know, Rev J was the one who kind of, you know, pushed the envelope to start that. So there are bits and bobs popping up, but as I said, it's still very young. You know, God's still using people. God's still giving visions to people. Visions are still being born. People are still yet to act on stuff. The right people are still yet to come into the game and, you know, make a spark, ignite it, and just start certain things. You know, so I think yeah, it's at a good point and people are supporting to where they can. But can there always be more support? 110%. But, you know, can you really have an expectation? No, you can't. That's here. So it's like it's bittersweet. But I think ultimately everyone is aligned and we do want to push it. But I personally think only a small few are going to be able to break those boundaries that we haven't broken yet. In a sense of not everyone, you know, not everyone's going to be able to break it. Not everyone.
Who do you have in mind? Who do you think is going to be the first? Is there any million on YouTube?
Nah, there's loads of people. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got the younger lot like JT Suave, and you got Jay Retna. They've done quite decent on some of the videos they've dropped. And yeah, like, I don't know, like it's different. It's very different because, as I said, the younger lot like JT, Abs Rapero, you know, a lot of other guys, they don't really release music. They're not musicians. They want to do music, but they're not committed to the process. They're not bang, 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 because they have other responsibilities. So for them, it's not like a thing. We have the likes like Rebla, Zelly, flipping Still Shady, and they're just like Rebla this year has been unbelievable. Even Zelly, unbelievable. They just back to back. Even though you look at TJ Cream doing his headline show, dropping an album back to back, Ozil O. So there's a lot of people. But in regards to, if you said to me who, like, if I'm looking at it, who do I think? If we're talking mainstream, I would be honest in it. I would be honest, and you can take how you want, but I feel like the Bible says quarter two is better than one, but three is even better, right?
Yeah.
And so let's say if I was to name 3 people three, like actually two, because I'll put myself in there as one. So if I was to name two people, I would definitely say Condo 7.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Condo 7, actually take myself out. Probably say, I don't know. How'd you say Condo 7? Condo 7, yeah, just Condo 7. And obviously there's Like Mike's. Have you heard of Like Mike's?
Like Mike? No, not yet.
Like Mike's. Yeah, Like Mike's. But again, I think people who are really pushing quality, obviously you have Still Shady, you know, it kind of goes without saying. But yeah, I say Condo 7 have a real, yeah, I could see them boys doing really well and God really using them to break the barrier. Yeah, that's all I can have in mind. But as I said, people aren't really releasing or dropping, so you can't. How can I put someone in the equation when they're not consistent or doing anything?
Yeah, I see
what I mean. And even when they are doing something, again, it's not about boasting or whatever, and it's not about that. But if we're talking about appealing, I have, like, let's say for instance, if you're ever trying to speak into my life about my finances, but your finances are in check, I don't want to hear from you. It's just fact.
That makes sense. That's fact.
I don't want to hear from you. You try and tell me about being clean and being hygienic, but then you smell like death the whole day. I don't want to hear from you. You know, and that's the fact. So it's the reality. So I can't just throw names in there for the sake of it, because there isn't anyone that is standing out for me. But you know, Condo 7, as I said, they've recently dropped the tape. Like Mike's, you know, he's really pushing stuff. Anyone that you see work with Aligned Vision, you can have big expectations from them, because I feel he always pushes the envelope and he always makes you want to do more and be more.
All right, so let's switch up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you 3 artists that actually influence your music, the way you are, and where you're going. 3 artists. So let's say three top artists that you listen to.
You know what? I'm a weird guy, because my music taste changes. Like, you can catch me listening to country music. I could be listening to drill right now, and the next minute I'm listening to country music. So you actually
country music. Oh my God!
I promise you, bro.
You didn't really say country.
I borrow country music to anything and everything. I would say at the moment 3. I'll definitely say Condo 7.
Okay.
I've mentioned them a lot, but I think their new tape really spoke to me and inspired me, just in the way they are unashamed for the gospel and how they motivate you to want to do more and be more. So there was a lyric they said, I think it was NL. He was like, there were certain days I didn't pray, but I read my Bible on the phone. And it just kind of like spoke to me, because I was on a move and I'm like, Lord, I haven't got time and da-da-da-da-da. And that kind of, you know, it kind of gave me that little kick, like, don't make excuses, make a plan.
True.
And, you know, as I said, so it's kind of inspired me a lot. Other artists that I listen to, is this just CHH or just in general?
In general.
Okay, then I would say, yeah, so Condo 7 are definitely one.
3 top.
I'm trying to think like who my go-to people are. I listen to a lot of Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave. Listen to Dave because I feel like, not that we're alike, but I feel like we're alike in the sense of he's a speaker and I always want to be edified. It sounds weird. Like, I spend a lot of days driving. So when I'm driving, I don't want to just be listening to the beat pumping every time. I want to listen to something that's going to make me introspect, that I'm going to learn from, that is going to make me feel like I'm not just wasting my time. So I listen to Dave quite a bit. Yeah, and then who else
One more.
that I listen to? I'll probably say, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't just want to. Do you know? I don't just want to give it to someone for the sake of giving it. That's the issue. I can say names.
Yeah, someone that you actually look up to, you listen to, he has an impact, an influence on your music, the way you do your music.
Okay, Condo 7.
Yeah.
Condo 7, Pot of Paper, and Dave.
So, sorry, what's the name?
Pot of Paper.
Pot of Paper.
Pot of
They're
Paper.
CHA.
Nah, they're not.
Where they
Don't
based?
crucify me, guys.
Where-
Don't crucify me, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to research that.
I'm sorry. Right. Yeah. Yeah, Dave. You don't know Dave?
Yeah, I know Dave. Come on.
Pot of
Santa
Paper.
there, right?
What about Pot of Paper? Yeah, him.
Yeah, no, I don't know them. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I know Dave definitely. Okay, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, that's your music taste. It's good to know. And you give me 3 songs, so because you know we went through the COVID lockdown, so we were inside, and at that time you have to feed yourself with like good vibes, music. And I want to know 3 songs that you can actually have on repeat, and you know you're gonna be good. You're gonna stay motivated, focused, and driven. 3 top songs.
I don't know what it's called, but see, my days are gone without you.
Oh, Ashanti. This guy. This guy. Foolish is the name. Foolish. This guy.
That's definitely because I'm a '90s baby, innit? So
Yeah.
R&B, yeah, that definitely.
R&B.
Baby, I don't know why you cheat. I'm gonna listen to that after this. You know, I'm gonna put the headphones on.
This guy.
This
guy
what
giving
other
jokes
one?
for real.
What during lockdown? Yeah,
No, I'm just saying like
general.
I'm just saying, but it's like music that you know you can actually sit down. If you're locked down or you're locked up in a house, and you can listen to, you're not gonna be bored. It's not gonna like 3 top songs all the time that you listen to.
It was one.
So you
I've
say
been
Foolish,
listening to.
Ashanti.
Foolish by Ashanti. You're my
Yeah.
guy. The way you know that you're even better than me. I like that. I don't need a lecture. I need you. I'll be like, hey, Patrick, what's the song called? Like, other song. I'll take Condo 7. No Disturbance. No Disturbance.
Okay.
I like that one. That one will get me going. And then one more. What's the one more that will keep going? That I could just put on and will vibe to.
Yeah, you driving around, you're listening to it, and then you're like, oh, yeah, man, that's just me right now.
So my little sister's here.
Okay.
Yeah, probably just Elijah. Nah, Nines.
Elijah.
There'll be some Nines.
Okay.
And I don't know. See, this is where you get me. You get too strong. I'm two man. I can give you 2 strong ones. The
Yeah,
third
but
one,
we need 3. We need 3. You need to give us one more.
One more. Who have I listened to recently? The song I've listened to recently that was really
Like one song.
I'll probably say is Elijah Lean with it.
Okay. All right.
Elijah Lean with
So
it.
let's go for that. So, talk to me about, because you were telling me. No. So what we're gonna do? You're gonna talk to me about your latest release with Still Shady, how did you guys came about this collaboration, and how come it ended up on Rich Record? So what's the whole, like, give us a little bit of info about this release.
So basically how it came about was me and Still Shady were, at some point, I don't know when, but at some point we would have got into the studio anyway, and worked together on something. Obviously when I started, he reached out, or I reached out, or whatever. Like we bumped into each other because we knew each other, and or like mutual friends. So we were always gonna get in the studio. But what happened was Ace Harris kind of just reached out and said, "Yo, you know, they have a summer playlist that they're planning to do, and they would love if me and Still Shady can collaborate on a song." Initially, I was gonna air his message because I was like, genuine. I was gonna air it. It wasn't not even on a thing because I just didn't. I'm not plugged in like that because I'm still new. So I was thinking, who is this guy? Like, what do you want? Like, do you know what I mean? So, but obviously, Ade is on my team and he kind of helps me and he's kind of like a mentor and whatnot, and I speak to him about stuff. So he was like, Nath, that's not a message you want to ignore. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it's kind of like you're slouching and you sit down like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so this guy, he's like, you know, and then all I heard was Ace Harris Lecrae. I said, oh, okay, I'll let that get it. And then yeah, obviously Still Shady reached out, and then we just got in the studio. And the funny thing is, the song that we released, there's two funny facts. That song that we released was the first song that me and Still Shady made when we met up. So we made, I think, 4 other songs, but when we met the first day, that was the first song we came up with straight away. There was nothing. That was it. I wrote the verse. He wrote the verse there. And the funny thing is, we recorded that. But what we put out that was meant to be a draft. It was meant to be a demo. It wasn't. Okay. That wasn't like polished. It wasn't like the, you know, I said the verse and I was like clinical everything. It was just, I went in there, and this is a great example of practice how you would play. Because I went in there, even though it was a demo, and tried to execute it to my abilities. And then it turned out, they were like, yeah, we like that. And then everything, like, in regards to delivery, how we done it was cool. So then, fortunately, we could just leave it the way it was and polish it and da-da-da-da-da. And then, yeah, so that's how that came about. The plan was always for them to release it on their summer playlist. So they kind of, you know, expedited the process of me and Still Shady getting together and collaborating and making the song.
Okay.
And big up Samper as well, because he produced it and he chopped up the beat and made it what it is. So big up Samper.
Yeah, big him up. That's dope. So, and then you were telling me that you've got music coming up. So what's the exclusive? I'm dying for that right now. You're gonna bring it to us first on FMF. Yeah.
Listen, it's out whenever it's out, it would have been out last week.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. So it's out tomorrow. It's called All or Nothing, and the song is just basically saying like we're running. My phone keeps buzzing. They want us to stop. We ain't stopping. Yeah, I'm covered by grace, but step out of place. You can end up in London dungeon. Told bro, we in or we out, and I'm waiting around like you ordered something. Whether up or I'm down, I'm sticking around. Got to put in my all or nothing. So it's kind of like I'm running this race. Like people on my case, like they want me. They're calling me back. They're calling me back. Like stop, this Jesus, come back. Like they're calling my phone, and I'm telling the people I'm with. I'm telling my bro, like look, like we're in and we're out. We're in and we're out. We're not waiting around. We're not, like, yeah, we might step back. They're calling us. We might go back, but we're not gonna linger around in our sin. You're gonna fall back. You're gonna fall down, but you're gonna get right back up and get straight back to it. You're gonna keep running. That's what I said. We're running. My phone keeps buzzing. But I'm not stopping. Yeah, I'm covered by grace. But if I step out of place and I slip up, I can still fall back. So you got to be careful. So yeah, that's what it's kind of about. And then I just sadly put it out. Obviously, I've done the thing with Still Shady. and I dropped my EP earlier on in the year, his and her, been quiet, so now it's just drip feeding and releasing, and yeah, man, I got a few pieces of the pipeline.
I like that. I like that. You know what? I like the energy. The energy is crazy on the track. I like that track, Humber. First time I listened to it, I was like, ooh. I was bumping it in my car. I like that energy. Energy is crazy. Yeah. Nice one. So, what we're gonna do? I'll let you introduce your latest, which is coming out pretty soon, and we're gonna have it on FMF when this interview is gonna be published. So I'll let you introduce that.
Yo, it's your boy 678 Nath, and right now you're locked in with Patrick on FMF Radio. We're about to lock into that all or nothing. Let's go.
Yo, we running, my phone keeps buzzing. They want us to stop, but we ain't stopping. Yeah, I'm covered by grace, but step out of place, you can end up in London dungeon. Told bro, we in and we out, no waiting around like we ordered something. Whether up or I'm down, I'm sticking around, gotta put in my all or nothing. We running, my phone keeps buzzing. They want us to stop, but we ain't stopping. Yeah, I'm covered by grace, but step out of place, you can end up in London dungeon. Told bro, we in and we out, no waiting around like we ordered something. Whether up or I'm down, I'm sticking around, gotta put in my all or nothing.
Boom! I like that.
I might just start. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So there you have it. The latest track from my guy Nathan. Yeah. So tell us. Obviously, you guys can listen to it. You can go on FMF.com, FMFradio.com, and request this track anytime, 24/7. But Nathan, tell us, where can people catch you? Where can they follow you? Listen to your music? Give us a plug.
Actually, you can catch me everywhere. I'm on all digital platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, wherever they play music, I'm there. Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. The list goes on, but my memory ain't that long. But yeah, man, I'm everywhere. Find me 678 Nath on Instagram. Don't forget the digits. That's the digit 6, digit 7, digit 8, and then NATH. So yeah, man.
That's it. And yeah, you know what, brother? It was a pleasure. Finally, we got the chance to link up and to know more about you, about your music. I just want to invite our listeners to go follow 678 Nath. Go follow, listen to the music, stream. Actually, come on Fresh Music Flavor and request his music. We've got our playlist, our CHH playlist, which is streaming from 8 every day. And if you want to listen to some 678 Nath, you go and listen. And then yeah, it was a pleasure, bro. And then hopefully we're gonna have more news from you. Do not hesitate to come back to us if you have any release. I just wanna encourage you. You're doing good. And then more music, more blessing, more Jesus in your life. And then success, brother. Success. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, man. Again, just thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. And again, I see you guys showing love on Twitter and everything. So yeah, so appreciate you lot. And yeah, it hasn't gone unnoticed. And I think that was the big factor and the big push for why when you reached out to me, I was like, you know what, I got you. So you lot showed me love, so it's only right I repay the favor how I can. So yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing, pushing it, and yeah, man, peace and love.
All right.
Got this guy here.
Hello.
Yeah. All right.
Fresh music flavor, the new sound of gospel.